Have you ever wondered about the history of the Thunderbolts? In the vast tapestry of Marvel Comics, few teams boast a history as unpredictable, layered, and morally complex as the Thunderbolts. Born in the aftermath of the devastation and cloaked in deception, the Thunderbolts are one of the most unconventional super teams in comic book history. Their journey from villains masquerading as heroes to bona fide saviors is a roller coaster of redemption, betrayal, and ever-shifting loyalties. Welcome to History Wonder. The Thunderbolts made their debut in The Incredible Hulk number 449 in January 1997, but their true arrival came in Thunderbolts number 1 later that same month. Created by writer Kurt Busiek and artist Mark Bagley, the timing was impeccable. Marvel's superhero landscape had just been rocked by the Onslaught saga, which led to the disappearance of major teams like the Avengers and the Fantastic Four. Into that void stepped the Thunderbolts, seemingly a new team of costumed heroes ready to pick up the slack. But in one of the most jaw-dropping twists in comic book history, spoiler alert, the final page of Thunderbolts number 1 revealed that these new heroes were actually the Masters of Evil, one of Marvel's most notorious supervillain groups, led by Baron Zemo in disguise. The twist was so tightly guarded that even preview materials sent into comic shops didn't spoil the surprise. This moment sent shockwaves through the fan community and immediately established the Thunderbolts as a title that played by its own rules. The original lineup of the Thunderbolts included Citizen V or Baron Zemo, Meteorite or Moonstone, Mach 1, Beetle, Songbird aka Screaming Mimi, Techno or Fixer, Atlas or Goliath. Each member adopted a heroic persona to fool the public, pretending to be noble defenders of justice. However, not all members were equally committed to Zemo's long game. As their public personas gained adoration and fame, a few began to question whether they could truly change. Songbird and Mach 1 in particular found themselves drawn to the heroism they were supposed to be faking. This duality, villains grappling with unexpected empathy, became the emotional and philosophical engine of the series. Marvel fans were treated not just to action-packed battles, but also to nuanced internal struggles, identity crises, and complex character growth. What made Thunderbolts unique wasn't just its twist, but its commitment to exploring the gray areas of morality. Could a villain become a hero? Did public admiration have the power to inspire true change? For some members like Songbird and Mach 1, the answer was yes. For others like Zemo, heroism was merely a tool for manipulation. The early issues explored the tension between appearance and reality. The characters wrestled with deep internal conflicts. Should they stick to Zemo's plan for global domination, or embrace the respect and redemption offered by their new roles? Songbird's arc is particularly poignant, evolving from a background villain with a gimmicky power into a full realized character with leadership qualities and an emotional center. As the team gained notoriety, the U.S. government took interest. Over time, the Thunderbolts became a government-sanctioned team, and the roster began to change. Characters like Hawkeye, yes, the Avenger, joined the team and attempted to steer them towards genuine heroism. Hawkeye's leadership marked a turning point, bringing a level of legitimacy and accountability to the team. Hawkeye, having once been a criminal himself before joining the Avengers, understood the struggle of redemption and became a mentor figure. Under his guidance, more members genuinely accepted to reform. Mach 1 upgraded to Mach 2 and 3, and so on, symbolizing his evolution, while Songbird became one of Marvel's most compelling female characters. Other members over the years have included Ghost, a techno-saboteur with anarchist leanings, Black Widow, briefly undercover, Punisher, yes really, Deadpool, the Chaos Incarnate, Red Hulk as team leader during the Marvel Now era. These additions often reflected the era's tone and broader Marvel continuity. For example, the Dark Reign and Siege storylines saw Norman Osborn manipulate the Thunderbolts into a Black Ops hit squad. During this period, the team essentially operated as Osborn's personal death squad, handling morally questionable missions and eliminating threats to his power. This darker phase of the Thunderbolts demonstrated just how far the original idea could be pushed and still remain compelling. In 2012, Marvel relaunched the Thunderbolts as part of its Marvel Now initiative. This new team was led by General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, also known as the Red Hulk, and included anti-heroes like Deadpool, Elektra, the Punisher, and Agent Venom. This incarnation leaned heavily into the Strike Force aesthetic. They weren't trying to fool anyone. They were a team of killers and misfits doing dirty work for the greater good. This team was more about tactical brutality and less about internal redemption arcs, though some critics felt this direction lacked the emotional depth of the original. Others appreciated the high-octane action and gritty tone. The Ross-led team engaged in violent missions across the globe, tackling threats too morally murky for the Avengers. The presence of characters like Deadpool injected chaotic humor, while the Punisher's ruthless efficiency added a sense of danger and unpredictability. The series was a far cry from the original concept, but it stayed true to the core idea: redemption and justice often come from the unlikeliest sources. The popularity of the Thunderbolts concept has led to appearances outside of comics, including in animated series like Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and Ultimate Spider-Man. These adaptations often featured toned-down versions of the team, tailored to younger audiences but still exploring the idea of former villains working for the greater good. Most notably, the team is set to make their live-action debut in the MCU. Slated for release as a future film, the MCU's Thunderbolts will include characters like Yelena Belova, or the Black Widow, Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, John Walker, the U.S. Agent, Taskmaster, Ghost, Red Guardian, and some others. The film is positioned as sort of an anti-Avengers, an assemble of morally ambiguous characters brought together by the government to handle missions the mainstream heroes can't. This upcoming adaptation suggests that Marvel Studios is committed to exploring the same themes that made the comics so beloved: deception, redemption, and the blurred lines between heroism and villainy. Given the popularity of complex characters like Bucky and Yelena, the MCU Thunderbolts has a strong foundation for success. The Thunderbolts' greatest contribution to the Marvel mythos may be the way it blurred the lines between good and evil. It posed the radical idea that people could change, even if they started out as villains. The book forced readers to question their own judgments and reminded us that the path to redemption is messy, fraught, and deeply human. The team's legacy is evident in the number of characters who use the Thunderbolts as a stepping stone toward true heroism. Songbird, Mark X, formerly Mark I, and the Atlas are now regarded as reformed heroes. Their transformations were hard-earned and filled with setbacks, but they served as proof that change is possible. From its shocking debut to its rotating cast of rogues, heroes, and anything in between, the Thunderbolts have never stopped evolving. They've acted as mirrors to society's understanding of justice, consequence, and second chances. Whether as a front for world domination or a genuine attempt at doing good, the Thunderbolts remain one of Marvel's most fascinating and enduring teams. In a world overflowing with traditional heroics, the Thunderbolts are the necessary center point. They're the messy, morally complex answer to a world that often sees things in black and white. They remind us that anyone can wear a mask, but true change comes from what lies beneath. From Baron Zemo's schemes to Songbird's heartfelt transformation, the Thunderbolts prove that heroism isn't about where you start, it's about where you're willing to go. And sometimes the road to redemption begins with a lie and leads to something far more heroic than anyone ever expected. Whether you're a longtime Marvel fan or just discovering them through the MCU, the Thunderbolts stand as a testament to the power of second chances and the chaos that comes with them. Thanks for watching. What topics in history have you wondered about? Comment below and let us know what videos you would like to see, and be sure to like and subscribe.